Hey, everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat. Happy October.
Happy October, and you're here, and you're riding up all the way up to the 10th floor. You're on the elevator, they're playing a little do-do-do, do-do-do-do, just some smooth jazz. As you're riding up to the 10th floor, and, those doors are going to crack open. Boom. It's going to go 10th floor, surgery recovery, ICU,
Mhm.
psychiatry, all of that. And all of that's going to get interrupted right away because you're going to hear some shouting. You're going to hear some gruff man shouting in the hallways.
I
Well,
know.
all right, so you can hear some gruff man shouting in the hallway accompanied by some gruff man whispering in return.
Yes. Loud whispering. Breathy,
What are you
breathy,
doing?
breathy words.
Why are you touching me? You don't touch me. You don't lie about Elizabeth. I was trying to help her. I was giving her. She didn't remember where she was. Maybe you're the problem with her.
Thank
That's my
goodness.
Nicholas impression, everybody.
Thanks goodness Alexis and Gregory were there to split them up, huh?
Hey, now, hey. I gotta work on my Gregory. I think it's gonna be very toothy. I think my Gregory is gonna be very toothy, and then I need to they do this interesting thing with Harrison, Gregory Harrison's hair, Gregory Chase Harrison Gregory. What? And so the actor's name is a combination of Chase and his character's name, and it's awkward because
It's
his real name is
it's very
Gregory
weird, isn't it?
Harrison, I think, or
Yes,
something
I
like that.
believe so.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
something like
Anyway,
that.
in any case, they're doing this fun thing with
Yeah.
with the front of his hair where they're really, really, really trying to hide how thin it is.
He got a little tiny part, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got this little tiny part in the front, just in the
Yeah.
front, just to hide the part
Yeah.
here that's bald.
Huh.
It's something I noticed on Friday when I was watching. And they also do it with this guy right here, Chad Duell.
Yeah, they do. But he ain't got no bald spot.
No, but he definitely has the receding hairline. Like it's starting to crawl back.
It's called horseshoe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to crawl
Horseshoe.
back, starting to crawl back. Hey, everybody, welcome to the chat. Look at us just making fun of people's hair this morning.
Yeah.
Chandra, first person to say hello. She was waiting. She's been waiting all
Hi, you
morning.
guys. Hi, Chandra.
Excuse me, I gotta
Good
warm up the
morning.
pipes here. Wolfgang Productions 7. Hi, Wolfgang Productions. You gonna produce something for us? We've had the same audio opening since the inception of the podcast. So except for that
We
time
have.
we got Kathleen Gotti to be like, "This is the 10th floor. The nurse's station is good." So that was fun. I'll have to play
Yeah,
that
that
sometime
was
for
fun.
everybody. Hey Judy. Hey Lola's mom. Hey Janet, Evelyn, and Sandy.
And Sandy?
And Sandy Moon. Sandy Moon's here.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy. Sandy baby. So what do we think about that? Finn and Nicholas fighting. What is this? Is this the beginning, the next stage of whatever story we're telling with these lot?
Hmm. I, I I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
just a
know.
temporary flash of anger.
Yeah, it was just I think it was I don't know, just both of them trying to defend uh Elizabeth at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, if Elizabeth fully leans into wisdom, maybe Nicholas is in her future.
maybe they'd be a closer match, wouldn't they?
Wolfgang Production 7 says he's got he or she, them, they, I don't want to assume, has a million videos. And feel free to take a look at their soap opera. I guess they got a soap opera on their channel. Take a look at it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know nothing
Cool.
about that. Have fun. She. Well, there we go. Oh gosh. What are we doing here? We're talking about soap operas, right? We're talking about General
No,
Hospital.
well, we were talking about Finn and Nicholas and
Right.
it's funny too the way Alexis Pike told Nick, "Let's go now." It would have almost been appropriate for her to grab him by the ear.
Come on,
Let's
come
go
on.
at her.
Just been pulled right off. Hey, Kelly, public cover. Uh,
Funny.
oh, my goodness. I said hey to Kelly before reading her message. We'll have to get into that in a minute. Um, yeah. Oh Oh goodness, I don't know. I'm late to my coffee today.
It was just
I
funny.
had email issues. I'm all frazzled. I'm sorry.
I thought it was just funny when she was like scolding him like he was like a little boy,
Yeah, yeah. So she kind of like hooked his arm and kind of moved him out of the side, and then they had like
Yep.
the talk. Um,
Uh-huh. Let's
and
go
yeah,
now.
let's go now. And it made me appreciate the family dynamic that does exist between Alexis and Nicholas
Uh-huh.
as kind of the well, for a while. Nicholas not so much anymore, but for a while they were both kind of the offshoots of the Cassadine family. The ones
Yeah.
that were a little better than the rest.
Yeah.
Um,
Not so dastardly.
Not so much Nicholas anymore.
Not so much
But
Nicholas.
it's
He's
nice to
pretty
know that
self-centered.
Alexis still cares and she's still a part of the family. And they're dropping these little Cassadine things in with Alexis's branch of the family last week or
Uh-huh.
this week. So maybe that's all heating up. Things seem to be heating up again. I don't know. Is Jeannie Francis almost on the way back?
Oh, I sure hope so. Judy ought to be coming back soon, don't you think?
I would hope so.
On for a while.
I mean, so things are intensifying with Nicholas, and Victor doesn't look very happy about that. So we're gonna see. Oh, excuse me, with Spencer, and Victor doesn't look happy about that. Then we've got
Oh,
Nicholas definitely needs his mama right now.
ugh. Yeah, he sure does. But he don't listen to her too hard anymore, though. She
Not so
scolds him all
much.
the time. But he ultimately he don't listen to her that
Well, she
good.
keeps on taking off though. She'll
I
show up
know.
and be like, "Hey, here's this wisdom," and then she's got to go, and that's enough time for him to make more poor choices.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Valentine protecting her, you know, he'd burn down the house, didn't he?
He did, as a way to
Uh,
not poison her.
to get her out of there where he wouldn't have to kill her because Uncle Victor's such a
I think it's
horrible.
time that we get rid of Lord Collins. What do you think, boy?
Right? Man, that Victor, he's a piece of work. Woo! You know
Oh
what
my
though? His
gosh.
downfall could be indeed be Lucy though.
It could be Lucy. It could be Nina. I guess they're trying to recruit Nina into this thing. I don't know. My issue is I don't really want Victor to have a downfall. I'm enjoying Charles Shaughnessy way too much, um, and that's the value of a good
Oh
villain on
yeah,
a soap. You know,
yeah.
I
But
don't know what it is.
I don't want him to be gone. I just want, well, his plans cannot be sidelined yet because we don't really even know what his plans are.
It's just too darn hot out here. I know that. It's just too darn hot. Just weird
Too
winter
darn
heat
hot.
waves, and this summer everyone had to jump into the pool all summer long. Maybe it's a war against the chlorine industry. I don't know.
Who
I don't know.
knows,
I
right?
don't
Who
know. I
knows?
don't know.
All I know that he don't. Oh boy, he's just terrible.
Yeah.
He's just terrible, terrible old man. But so entertaining.
So entertaining. And I don't know what it
So
is about a good
entertaining.
soap villain that I like so much, but I like Jerry Jacks, and I enjoyed Shiloh for a moment. Not all the way through, but
Oh
there was a
no.
bit there where I liked Shiloh. He was enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
Um uh
At
um
least interesting,
at
right?
least interesting, not at the end. The end they
No,
ruined
at
it.
the end it was like,
But
no, he gotta
kind of
die.
toward like
I
the
was
middle
happy to
of
see
it,
him harpooned. I was happy to see him harpooned in the end.
Yeah, so just harpooned. But and then like I liked what they did with Alex, and anyway, I like a good soap villain, and that's what Valentine's bringing me right now.
Well, I love a misunderstood soap villain, and
Yeah,
that's what Valentine is too.
Valentine for sure, misunderstood soap villain, very much on the way of being a hero. And I don't know, it's fun, Valentine and Anna, so big Vanna week. All right, if you're a Vanna fan, this was the week for you,
Man, you guys got your wish come true, didn't you?
like twice. Um,
Yeah.
so they
They got
had
they got the nighttime glow, they got the afterglow, they got the morning glow, they got it all
yeah,
glowing.
they had spy work, they had capery, all right,
I loved all that.
okay, which I think was last week with the whole hand of the cover of the mouth thing last Friday, that whole launch thing, right? And then
Yeah.
this week they got to bond over danger, over
Hmm.
history, passion, over all kinds
Yes.
of different things.
Yes. And
And
those tingly feelings that they have been avoiding
um
and trying not to go there. But boy, they went there this week.
they went there, and then like the tension and the admission as well.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if I had to choose you between you and Charlotte, it's pretty easy, Anna. It's a pretty easy choice.
Yeah, he said he was gonna have to kill everybody, didn't he?
I would kill anybody to get my daughter back, including you, Anna. Including you. Okay, that's not a direct quote. That's not how he said it.
Right.
But they
No,
both said, hey, if the circumstances meant it, if the circumstances were there, our lives, our importance to each other, our importance to the things that are important to us, you know what? It could happen. And they were honest with each other about that.
they
And
were.
and you know what? It's a very different thing that Anna has with Valentine than with all of the other boyfriends. She would never have the "I would kill you if I have to" conversation with Finn.
No, even though I'm sure she would.
Oh. If Charles loses his voice, Kelly Public Cover says, then they can use Matt's voice dubbed in. I think that they need an impressionist artist on General Hospital. What they need is a comedy act at the Savoy or at the Metro Court. And it's Matt just putting on a show, making fun of the movers and shakers of Port Charles. High society in Port Charles.
Well, but Kelly's right though, because your impersonation of his spot on, and your voice is actually at the same kind of octave level his is.
Yep. Well,
So
good. I'm glad he joined the show.
you actually, if he dropped his accent, you guys would sound alike, sort of. I do think so.
I think, really, I do have to give it to his time on The Nanny, because I have spent 30 years, if not shorter, 25 years at least, saying, Miss Fine, Miss Fine. Oh, Mr. Sheffield. I've been doing it. So, thanks, everybody.
That was your Nick at Night TV, Matt?
That was a little later than the Nick at Night, because that was a 90s show, and so, I wasn't able to, anyway. It was a young 20s thing. It was a young 20s thing.
I don't remember us viewing that when it was actually on.
No, I caught it on syndication when the run was over, when I was in my early 20s.
Oh, and
I knew someone very well, enjoyed spending time with him, who liked the show, and so I got it.
I see.
In between giving tours at the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh, that's right.
A long time.
Yeah, you guys, that's kind of an interesting thing, right? Because we don't live that far from San Jose, and back then we even lived closer to San Jose.
Yeah.
So Matthew was tour guide at the Winchester Mystery House, and he was super good at it because he's a super good talker, as we all know. He was super good at it, and I went on one of his tours, and that was so stinking fun to go on the Winchester Mystery House tour with my son as my tour guide. That was super fun, Matt.
Oh, I'm glad that you had a great time. It was a fun little job. I just wish I could have been on time.
And y'all, if you ever wind up in San Jose, California, I highly recommend you go to that house. It is
a fun little architecture tour.
It is super interesting, really.
Yeah.
Sarah Winchester was out of her gourd.
Yeah, she was badass crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, so while we took that detour, and while we're getting back on, to the 10th floor here to talk about soap operas, go ahead and click that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, say something in the chat, go on Twitter and tell everybody that you're watching us now. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But we're going to circle right back.
But if you think about doing it, do it.
Do it. Whatever crosses your mind.
Get that click in.
And then don't unlike it though. Only like it once, because if you click the like again, it's going to go away. And then then anyway, just make sure it's highlighted. Yeah. But we can circle back right back around to the intimacy that is Vanna. Because not everybody was happy about it, and Judy reminded me to tell you all about it, and I even wrote it down here and I posted as well. The campaign started. All right. The FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, has been contacted. All right. ABC Standards and Practices have been notified. All right. We do not ever want to see a man and a woman make each other that happy on TV ever again.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Love is about challenge. Okay. Love is about separation. All right. Love is about going to work and coming back and yelling at the kids and making dinner and going to sleep. All right. It's none of that. It's none of the kissing. All right. And it's definitely not going to the downtown dining and entertainment district. I tell you that. All right.
That's hilarious. That's funny, Matt.
Oh, goodness gracious. I wish it was mine.
Lord.
Honestly, I stole that. I stole that. I can't take credit. I can't take
But that's
credit.
funny.
But I'm not going to give credit to the person I stole it from. So, it's mine now. Claiming it in Southern California. Don't listen to San Francisco Bay Area radio. Uh, oh, goodness gracious. What's going on in the chat, Ma? What do you think people are talking about in the chat?
Well, I thought, but well, let's talk about that a little
Oh,
bit,
yes.
though. Because, it's not like that was some kind of never seen before on a soap opera daytime.
No. From my
That wasn't
understanding,
new. That wasn't new.
if you want to see some of that hot below the belt action, you just tune into any episode of Days of Our Lives. Apparently, that's the gayest, horniest show on the TV.
Well, I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying. It's just not something new, unbroken ground that we should all be like, shocked and disturbed about.
No. I don't think anybody reasonable isn't shocked or disturbed by it. I mean, and if you are in the chat shocked and disturbed by it, I guess you're unreasonable in my opinion. Get out.
Anyway, I'm surprised, honestly, that if a person is that conservative about their viewing, they wouldn't be watching soap opera in the first place.
It's just so trashy, right?
It's deliciously trashy. Hello.
It is deliciously trashy. I do love it. I mean, I was thinking about Alexis, because Alexis and Gregory are doing this thing, right? They're falling into friendship, and then they'll fall into love, and they'll make out over some sort of really well written article where he's going to be like, "I never thought that you could be so great," right? And then she'd be like, "Oh, you silver fox, come here," and then they're just going to do it on her desk, right?
Maybe.
But like in the meantime,
with a swoop, just knock everything off the desk. And
throw
her up there.
But I want her to do the swoop. I don't want him to do the swoop.
Oh, I like that too.
But so I was watching them. They're doing their thing. They're staying up all night and all that kind of stuff. And trying to hunt the hook killer through journalism. And that stuff. I'm trying to fix the camera here, so I just.
I think that's gonna. Just don't touch your mic.
No.
And I think that might work. That whole, trying to. It's kind of like it's reminiscent of the Zodiac Killer. What they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
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 60s and 70s in the Bay Area.
Oh, well, I mean, so the Zodiac sent like puzzles to the press, right?
Yes.
Right. And so what they're doing with the invaders, they're trying to entice the killer to write in, I guess, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but the journalists with the Zodiac Killer in the 60s and 70s, though, they did correspond with him to a certain degree and try to pull him out. Okay. And I remember when I was a little kid, too.
Yeah.
There was so much concern over Halloween, and I don't remember what color it was, but it's like don't dress your kids in certain colors. Guys, a Zodiac Killer likes that. I don't know. It was ridiculous.
Lots of fear-mongering at the time.
I was worried. I was more worried about it getting, the time change being before Halloween, where I could go out earlier. I didn't. Yeah. But anyway, it just reminded me of the Zodiac Killer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The whole journalism part of it.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm all for taking from real life here. We're having the Zodiac Killer. I know we did last summer references. I'm all for it. They're falling in love. But I was thinking about it.
I love the Hook Killer story. I do.
It's a good story. It
is.
It's a good story. I was thinking about the complicated. See, I was all leading into this whole complication of how just crazy soapland is, but then we got too detailed. But I was basically trying to squeeze in here that this whole Alexis thing started with Sean Butler, and Sean Butler left, right? And then I was thinking about like Taj Bello, who got the job as TJ, and then he's got to like read this script and go, okay, so that's my dad, but he's in jail, and that's the person that raised me, but he's my uncle, and then like the person that said was my dad was dead. Okay, and then my mom's the police commissioner, but she's actually 2 years younger than me. And it just must be so interesting. Like when you get cast contract status onto a soap opera to play these characters, and that first dive into the Bible of the character or into the Wikipedia page or whatever it is that you do, the questions you ask, it must be a wild surf ride of just enjoyment. I hope it's fun. Like I think it would be super fun to do a character discovery.
It would be, and you'd have to get your mind. You'd have to like think past. I think as you read it, you'd have to think past how far-fetched it might sound.
Right. How goofy is this?
Yeah, how
You know?
goofy is this? Exactly.
Oh goodness. Oh man. So gosh. And then as a writer too, to be able to come up with all that stuff when you got a fresh character like Esme and have to tie them into the cast and into the canvas, or you discover something like what we talked about last week with the Doctors Without Borders connection between Finn, Reiko, and the Webbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's easily something that they were just kind of flipping through the pages of characters and going, well, that's a commonality. How can we make a story out of this?
Yeah.
And that's got to be fun as well. What kind of connection could there be? Who have we not explored in this dynamic? Well, we don't know much about Reiko. Finn could be under the impression that she died because she didn't get lizard DNA, but maybe she died because she got shoved down the stairs by Hayden.
And a couple of years ago, they did mention her quite a bit, even though she was never on screen.
Reiko, my wife, my ex-wife.
Yeah, the
she's
one
dead.
that died. I couldn't save her.
I'm ever gonna move on.
Blah, blah, blah.
I can't move on with you, Hayden. I'm still in love with Reiko. That kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. And he was all distraught because he couldn't save her.
Yeah.
But he wound up saving others.
I'm an infectious disease specialist. It's my job to save people like her, and I couldn't do it. Don't you dare touch me, Nicholas.
Don't you
dare. Days is sex, okay, according to Daisy, and we have to trust Daisy. Daisy Flower 40, she is.
Is it Days is sex?
Days is sex. I'm going to watch Days of Our Lives, apparently.
Apparently, I do too. I was just thinking the same thing.
But we got to buy Peacock. I don't want to buy Peacock.
But I just saw that I think it was like, you get Peacock for a year for $1.99.
Oh my God, that's way too cheap. How are they supposed to make any money off of that? It must be floundering. Oh no.
Well, no, maybe just trying to hook people in. I don't know. Just viewership up.
Chandra, yes, Tracy Quartermain did have the illness that killed Reiko. Then also had that illness, and as did Hayden.
Yes.
It was very pervasive. And if it wasn't for Roxy's lizard DNA, they would all be dead.
Yeah. And
unless that was the mind parasites. Because that's something that Tracy had as well.
Tracy had worms in her brain.
She had brain parasites.
She did.
$1.99 for a year? Really? Like, is it $1.99 for a month for a year?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I can spend $2 and get a year of Peacock and watch Days of Our Lives and get a second show on this channel.
I could have swore I saw that, but it might have been like a very short window.
I don't know. Daisy says yes, Cat $1.99, but I don't know the details of that. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Hey, the 10th floor of whatever hospital in the Days of Our Lives city coming soon. Yeah. I don't even know what city they're in. I don't know anything about Days of Our Lives.
Call the FCC on them.
There's so much gay stuff. I'm sure they get called all the time.
Oh,
and then they had that boatman guy all in his chones on the couch the other day, like moose knuckle out and everything, and like some girl was like, "Oh, look at you," and he's like, "You like what you see?" And apparently they used to date or something, and it was very, very charged. And I'm sure there were all kinds of conservative people that didn't like that as well.
But like I said, the ultra conservative I don't see as a soap opera viewer in the first place.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, because it was all about adultery and murder and all that kind of stuff, Really?
It's all about sin.
It's sin. Oh, just that sin. Nothing but sin here in Park Charles. Nothing but sin. Especially when you've got people hung up on meat hooks, threatening them with blades and knives. All right, listen. All right, wow. That is the tamest torture I've ever seen. I don't know why everybody's flipping out. Okay, I've seen Lost. You remember Saeed on Lost, Ma? He could torture somebody. I didn't see anybody getting bamboo shoots stuck underneath their fingernails.
But I did. But it was different though than what we've seen. It was a little different because usually all the Sonny stuff that's like what you would be considered violent or torturous is done off screen and implied mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pine Barrens. Okay. We've seen the Pine Barrens, but we ain't seen nobody murdered out in the Pine Barrens. We've seen bodies out there and burials. Yeah. But you know what I mean?
But you've never seen somebody taken out there, put on their knees and a gun to the back of their head and killed execution style.
And I don't recall Sonny having someone hanging trying to dislocate their shoulders before either.
I saw a picture of him doing it to AJ, Billy Warlock AJ.
Well, maybe.
So maybe that's 90s Sonny's back.
Well, yeah.
90s Sonny's back.
I put a little something on Twitter about that. 90s Sonny.
I'm so mean today. I'm sorry.
That Maurice implied was coming back. You know, but he did have like a gangster kind of feel to him this week.
You definitely.
Nutty did.
Definitely. You tweeted that Mike's gone.
He is gone.
There ain't no Mike left in Sonny.
But I also tweeted later that I do see Mike when he dances with Nina at Charlie's. That's the only time I really see Mike anymore.
Well, you know, Mike's dead. All that exists is the love that Mike had for Nina.
Yeah, pretty much.
And even then, but you know, the more that Sonny becomes Sonny, like the less, I don't know, it's weird. In this very moment in time and in this story, with Sonny behaving the way that he does right now, Nina being sort of privy to the fact that I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to keep everybody safe by any means necessary. But like, she hasn't really like talked to him after he's directly tortured somebody. So no. I don't know. Is she still going to be able to keep with that life? I guess because Nina this week has more than ever firmly implanted herself as one of the 3 leads on the show.
Yeah.
If we were to pick 3 leads, Sonny, Carly, and Nina. Yeah.
Currently, I'd say so. And they've been writing her where she's just more part of. She has a friendship relationship with more characters as time goes on.
Right. Even on it was like Thursday and Friday together. I was able to count. Now people are going to start complaining, saying, "How can they put Nina in everybody's story?" But yeah. She's got a lot more friends. She has a lot more friends. Her relationship that's grown with Ava, you know, has created that friendship, as hard to accept as it is for the general population to say, how could they possibly be friends? Nina stole a baby from this woman's womb. How could they be friends?
I know.
But they talked about it last week.
It's out of character for Ava to forgive her in that way.
Except for this is new Ava. Old Ava? Absolutely not. Old Ava would have scalped her. New Ava, who does not want Avery to see her mother as a monster, I guess is making different choices. Yeah,
but she still can be triggered.
She still can be, and Nina and Ava talked about it last week. They said, listen, we got so much dirt on each other that there really is no choice but to be friends. It's either destroy each other or be friends.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, you know?
Didn't it?
Daisy doesn't buy the friendship, but maybe that's why they're sticking these two in the same house together. Maybe they're going to spend some time trying to sell that a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe, huh? I don't think it was smart for her to go back to Windermere.
No. She's got to stay away from Nicholas. Nicholas is in this very strange, manipulative and controlling and creepy, and I'm giving you everything that you want so you can.
Very Cassadine, isn't he right now? Very Cassadine.
So me, Ava, dominate. It's very weird.
Yes.
It's interesting though, because the I wrote it down here and on this post-it. Is it just me, or has the writing gotten smarter? Now that wasn't necessarily a topic point that I wanted to be like, hey everybody, is it just me, or has the writing gotten smarter? That's not what I intended to do. But I wanted to remind myself that I feel as though the last couple of weeks, especially since like the Hook thing started, every story I feel as though has more depth to it. I think it has more nuance to it. It's less in your face about blatantly telling you what's going on, and there's a little more subtlety to things, and I'm enjoying it. I wish I could give you a better specific example, but that's just kind of the feeling that I've.
But you like that it's provoking some thought.
Yeah, like this whole Ava and Nina thing. Instead of just being like, oh well, hey girlfriend, that was a long time ago. It's water under the bridge, right? Let's go be sisters. You know, like they talked about it. They mentioned it. They made it. Yeah. Put a little glove on the bottle. It goes around. You know. No. See, now I get to think about Laverne and Shirley. But yeah, instead of just being like, "Hey, girl, hook arms,"
Yeah.
and doing all that, they talked about it and they put a real life, real world thing, you know, something that would make sense. And I don't know. I feel as though they just put some thought into it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm happy about that. Hey,
I like it.
Carolyn, I'm in New York City. What happened to my camera?
Yeah, that's a good question, Matt. You touched it?
No,
Oh
I don't
no.
know. I'm gonna start video. Boom, there we go. Hey, I'm
There we
back.
go.
Welcome
There
back to the 10th
he
floor. It's me, Matt.
is.
Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. How deep are we into this thing? Half an hour. All right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I haven't read anything from chat and I feel bad. So I kind of want to take a moment to kind of read some of these
okay,
things that people are saying.
catch up with them. Catch
Cause
up with our
it's
friends
Matt,
there.
Cat in the chat, right?
It sure is.
Yeah. Okay. Salem is the city in Days of Our Lives. I knew that. I just forgot that. Is it supposed to be like Salem, Massachusetts? Because I just watched a movie set in there on Disney. Hocus Pocus 2, Bette Midler. Let's see here. Wolfgang Production 7 misses One Life to Live.
So do I.
Yeah.
Especially Eternia. I love Eternia.
Sandy says that All My Children and One Life to Live were the best soaps. They were just having their own conversation here. Yes, confirmation from our encyclopedia. Daisy Flower 40. AJ was hung up in the freezer. So he would give up the custody of Michael to Jason, I guess. Yeah. Let's see. Sonny's back and he's not as focused on Nina, says Chandra, and that's true. But Nina's also busy with her own stuff. He might not be as focused on Nina, but I feel as though they've kind of established that relationship, and so they don't really have to spend every single scene with them together.
Because it's not that they've in the last couple of weeks they have decided they are a couple.
Yeah.
And everybody in town knows they are a couple too.
Yeah. I think it all maybe turned ahead when Nina was having that problem with the employee at the Metro Court. And Sonny's like, "Hey, you talk to this woman with respect. She's your boss, and I'm Sonny Corinthos, and I'll kill you." Right? I mean, he didn't say that, but that was.
Oh my goodness! You know, if Cat as a person, I'd have been so damn mad at him.
Right.
I've been so damn mad at him.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But the conversation they had was Nina was like, "Hey, don't do that," and then Sonny was like, "I'm gonna do whatever I want," and then Nina was like, "Well, if you do whatever you want, I'm not gonna be okay with that, and I'm gonna leave." And then Sonny was like, "All right, maybe I'll do a little bit less of what I want," and then they became a couple, you know.
And then became a couple.
And so that's where they're at with that. And so they don't necessarily have to be together all the time. They've established that they can still touch base, they can still smooch, but Nina's got stuff with Curtis, Nina's got stuff with Ava, Nina's got stuff with Valentine coming down the line.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love Nina walking up to Valentine and Anna holding hands. And then Valentine is like, "You could be a little jealous." Nina goes, "Oh, get your hands off of my man."
Yep. I loved it. I loved it too. And I love that they weren't hung up on the fact that they used to be a couple. You know what I mean? She was like, "Oh, she's so into Sonny right now. She don't care."
And even then, that was such a wow. That was such an explosion when back then. That was kind of the end. That was like one of the, I don't know. Is the Sasha thing the last bad thing that Valentine kind of did?
When it comes to, yeah, when it comes to Nina, for sure.
Well, I mean, of course he set up what's her name, Jenny Smith, to take the fall for the Ice Princess and stuff. But that's for the reasons of good. I'm protecting my daughter. So
right. That was the last.
I think Sasha might have been like the last truly dastardly thing Valentine did.
Yeah. The last dastardly self-serving thing he did.
Right.
He does things self-serving all the time, but the last, Cassadine kind of thing.
But you know what? There's a couple of things that Valentine. All right, so the journey of Valentine that I've watched since doing this podcast, because the podcast 3 years old. We have been covering the journey of Ava and of Valentine. Ava and Valentine. They had transitioned from being villains to heroes during the time that we've been here on the 10th floor. With Valentine, it was losing Nina because he truly, really loved her very much and was trying to make her the most happiest person in the world.
Yeah.
And if he could have found her daughter, he would have.
Well, he
Found the
tried to.
next best thing.
Yeah, yeah. He was ultimately trying to make her happy.
Hmm.
And he kind of saw her spiraling too. So he's
Yeah.
trying to
So, but I
keep
think
her
from
from
that he was able to
fracturing.
see how far his love for somebody can take him, and
Mm,
how ultimately that is not good, how that is the wrong way to go, and how he's going to lose that person that he loves from it.
yeah.
Then on top of that, the thing, and it was this quick throwaway scene too, but it turned out to be the thing that changed Valentine Cassadine for the last couple of years. Thank you very much, Wolfgang. Tell everybody to subscribe to us since you think we deserve more. Um, uh, um, and that is Charlotte talking about Ava. I think it was Ava. Or
Hmm.
and going and oh, she put the snake into Ava's purse and was
Yeah.
doing all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
Valentine was like, "Why are you trying to do all that stuff?" And then Charlotte was like, "Well, because she's our enemy, Dad. That's what we do to people we don't like."
Yeah.
And then Valentine was like, "Oh, shit, I've ruined this child. Go live with Lulu, and I got to change my ways."
Yeah, he really did. You're right. I mean, I forgot about that. You're right. It was a pivotal time for him to say, "Oh my gosh, I'm grooming a Cassadine."
I'm grooming Charlotte to be everything that I was, and I can't handle that. And
Right.
that's when he sent Charlotte to go live with Lulu, and he did the Valentine apology tour, and
Yeah, he did.
yeah, and was just, and then ever since then
Yeah.
had, and that's when he kind of turned on Peter as well to a degree, and that Peter thing was a
Yeah.
big thing. Anyway, oh, reminiscing.
Yes.
Oh goodness, Valentine and Nina are still anti-heroes. Eh, maybe. Really depends on the situation, I guess.
I always call them just misunderstood villains, you know.
I would say
Villains with
I'd
doing the
say
wrong things for the right reasons all the time.
Valentine a little more of an anti-hero than Nina, because I don't necessarily see Nina doing necessarily the wrong thing, having a wrong opinion, being too in somebody's face, not being able
Mhm.
to move on from situations, sure, but I don't think that she actively goes out to harm somebody. Valentine can.
Yeah, but Nina can do it,
Nina's really good at lying to herself and convincing herself she's not doing what she's doing. I'm not buying the Metro Court for me. I'm not buying it to get one up on Carly. I'm doing it to give it back to her because I'm a generous person. It has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with Wiley. Lying to herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
De Havilland, we talked about Ava and Nina earlier in the in the podcast and their friendship. Maybe the answer's in there if you want to go back when we're done here. Goodness. I hope Sasha is pregnant and doesn't commit suicide. Oh my God, Wolfgang! I don't think we're gonna go to the suicide route on soaps. Mom actually has said on record several times, and you know we could be wrong. It's the 10th floor, but in her experience watching soaps, suicide isn't really anything that she's seen.
Nope. There's a couple of things they stay away from, and one is suicide and one is incest.
Ew.
And
I mean, it gets real borderline sometimes on that second
it
one.
does, it does, it gets borderline, but incest, suicide, and
That's probably pretty much it.
pedophiles. Pedophiles.
No, I mean nothing that active. Like Franco was diddled.
Yes, but they don't ever have it currently happening.
It yeah yeah
Yeah,
yeah
yeah.
yeah. We don't need that.
Ugh,
We
now
don't
call the
need
FCC for that crap post show.
we don't need Aiden to come out and be like, oh my God, I'm glad Dustin died last year because he used to touch me. Like that would be no good. Yeah,
No,
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 we don't need that.
no.
No. If they're Laverne and Shirley, who would be their Lenny and Squiggy? Hello. Um, um, shoot.
Well, one Spinelli.
Scotty? Scotty and Spinelli?
Well, they're the goofiest, right?
Oh, yeah, they are. They are. They are. The ghost on the 10th floor got Matt. Yes, that's when my camera disappeared. Let's see here. It's Salem, Illinois' Days of Our Lives. Let's catch up here. Let's catch
Oh,
up here.
okay.
Sonny wanted full custody to go to Carly when he hung up AJ. All right. See, this was the early 90s. I don't remember. Or mid 90s, late 90s. I don't know. It was the 90s. I was doing too much cocaine and getting drunk at the time. I'm kidding. I was like 6. Let's see. GH should be on prime time. They would have a better budget. That'd be cool.
Well, I agree.
Ava's an anti-hero. The they can redeem Luke Spencer for what they did to Laura, then they can work on Ava and Dina.
Yeah,
It's true.
for sure.
You
I
know.
agree.
Yeah.
And they have. And they are.
Matt and Kat from Jacarius. Hey, Jacarius, welcome to the show, buddy. Matt and Kat, who would you like to see for GH 60th anniversary? Cyrus Renault.
Yes. And where the hell is Uncle Cyrus?
I don't
He's
know.
in Bentonville with Spencer.
In a different cell block, I
Why isn't he making sure he's all right?
guess. Maybe that's
His
who he's
baby
going to have to
sister.
reach out to. Maybe he's having to be like, Uncle Cyrus, I need your help. They're kicking my ass with books every day. They're just knocking me out with
Kicking my
hardcovers.
ass with books.
Just knocking me out with hardcovers every week. You got to help me, Uncle Cy.
I got binding marks all over my face.
Look at this. Volume 6. Volume 6. They started with Volume 1 on Tuesday. So I would love to see. I'm ready. I'm so ready for Cyrus. I know there's a lot going on in GH right now, and there's really no room for him at the moment. But I am ready for Cyrus right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But when it comes down to it, 60th anniversary. I mean, it's good. It's a round number. 59, 60, very different. It's a fresh new decade, right?
Luke, that would be my get for the 60th.
So when is it? Can anybody tell me what month the 10-year or the 60th anniversary episode should air, so long as they don't get preempted to death? Because that has a lot to do with it. I mean, if it's coming up soon, it could be the hooked killer is Holly.
I
Wouldn't
heard
that
she's
be
on the
something?
way back.
Oh my God, Mom, wouldn't that be something? What if the hook killer's Holly? What if she's been tarot card programmed?
Maybe. Oh.
And what if Drew's been tarot card programmed to seduce Carly? And he's really evil, huh?
Well, that would be some clever writing, wouldn't it?
What if Spinelli's computer program has gotten all the dirt on Victor Cassadine? And he's using that to manipulate the whole situation, and Spinelli
Now
is
that's
the
how
kingpin of the whole situation.
That's how Spinelli could get out of hot water. He could use this program for good, right?
Oh, that's right. See, everybody knows because I'm slow and I don't remember that April Fool's Day is the anniversary of General Hospital.
Oh.
April 1st.
6 months from now, right?
2023. All right, so we're nowhere near recording, but we could be setting the stage. Emma Samms is back, everybody. Big spoiler alert there. But it's an old spoiler by now.
I heard this week too that Emma Samms is indeed going to be on General Hospital.
Now, the reason...
I'm so pleased to hear that too, because she's been plagued with long COVID.
Yeah.
For so long.
Sincerely.
That means she's gotten better. That's great.
So let's throw back in the Wayback Machine. The year was 2019, when everything was safe. You can go outside and breathe the air and stand next to another human being and not feel like you're gonna take home something that might hurt other people. Like,
Right.
Anyway, but we were having a great time. We had characters going to Monte Carlo. We had Robert and Olivia falling in love because Ned had cheated on her with Alexis, right? They went to Monte Carlo on some adventure, and Ethan was there, and they were going to
there, and I love me
Holly,
some Ethan,
because Holly was kidnapped by Peter and and yada yada, and then COVID.
right? And we still have not found out if it's Holly indeed, or who it was that was crying in the other cell in Crete.
Right. Yes. And I at this point, I'm going to say it was.
Holly.
Just because, we know that in the next coming months here, we're going to have Emma Samms back. Now, here's the thing. I don't know jack S about Holly. I don't know nothing about Holly. I know that she was a character from back then, and she used to bone Robert, and she was a part of the
She
Caper
married to
group,
Robert.
the Caper group, Anna and Robert and all of them. And I guess Anna wasn't there, and Holly came
And
in to replace Anna.
And she was quite a mother figure for Robin when Robin was little.
Right. So, I understand that she was a big character back then. I don't know nothing about her. Never saw a scene ever that Holly's been in. But I know that people are excited for it, and I know that people are jazzed for it. I know that Emma Samms has been waiting for this for 2 years.
Emma Samms has been really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And I do remember her. I remember Holly very well. And she was big. She she was a big character on that show, and her and Robert were very happy together when they were happy.
So is she more of a butt kicker? Is she more of a damsel? Is she more of an intelligent person? What is she? What was her big thing? If you can't remember, chat will definitely tell me all of the great things about Holly.
I thought she was more of a butt kicker, but with a lot of sensitivity at the same time. You know, she wasn't like she wasn't like Carly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No.
A butt kicker, says Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. So Kelly public cover. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. I'm cool. And so Ken Schreiner put on Twitter. So a couple weeks ago, Ken Schreiner goes, "How dare you? I've been a veteran for 60 years. How dare you? You taking my job away from me?" Whatever it was.
Yeah.
But he seems to have gotten over it. He put up a picture on Twitter the other day of him and a publicist for GH and Jackie Zeman and Holly and Emma Samms eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles.
Yay.
So she is here. She's in town. She had dinner with Bobby and Scotty last night.
She's probably on set then.
So she's probably on set filming at this very moment. I guess. I don't know. I don't work for these people. I've only talked to Ken Schreiner for half an hour one time.
Yeah. 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 I'm looking forward to all of it. Big
soap event this month. I wonder what you're talking about. I know Vanna's going to be on Zoom. I gotta tell you.
Big soap event this month is Nashville.
Oh, is it the Nashville one?
It's Memphis.
I don't pay attention to
It's October now, so I know, the Graceland thing is in October.
Second, you're right. Oh, goodness. Well, I hope it's a great time, and I hope that Twitter covers it just as well as they did the GH convention that we went to in March. Because we're not going to be there.
So well on Twitter. It was us.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm trying to let people toot it for me.
Well, okay.
Thanks, Ma. Thanks for taking the horn. And, in this case, since it's General Hospital, thanks for tooting that clarinet.
Tooting that
clarinet with your hat on. Hey, I'm not here to get a checkup. I don't know why you'd think that. As a matter of fact, I'm quite offended and embarrassed that you'd ask me that in front of Epiphany.
I found him playing the clarinet as Ava left is kind of odd, though. Didn't it seem weird?
I thought it was weird that they didn't play very much clarinet. They used it as a feed into this really great, intense, memorable score that they ended Thursday with. Like the song that they ended Thursday, it didn't have lyrics or anything. It was just all instrumental, but it was intense and it was deep and it was really, really good.
Good, huh?
I love how they do, they do the little character montages with the music over it. That's one of my favorite things that GH puts together. And every single time I congratulate the music person on Twitter for their amazing selection in the hopes that one day they'll Fido us and push their way onto our show. Fido Xavier, I hope you still watch.
I hope you did too, Fido. I hope you look at us every once in a while or listen to us every once in a while.
Oh, my goodness. But they just absolutely kicked the butt. Go to Coastal Entertainment, says Judy. They have all the Zooms and Lives event. And this is what I wanted to talk about a moment ago. All right.
Yeah.
Coastal Entertainment has really turned it up when it comes to actors from GH on their shows.
Yeah.
And when it comes to people like us who have nothing to offer these actors other than our fandom and your chat, it's really hard to get their attention now because they're making some money on Zoom.
Yeah, it's a hard pass on them now, right?
I mean,
oh man,
not even necessarily a hard pass, but why even really consider? So if you follow Wolfgang Production 7's suggestion and follow our channel more and convince more people to follow us, like if we got 1,000 followers, it would be so much easier.
Yeah.
It would be a little easier. I mean, not so much easier, but it'd be a little easier. Laura Wright is out of our reach.
Yeah, but like I said that when you and I were talking, okay, we don't have no money to pay them.
No.
But you know what? If you wanna get at the base of your support,
it would be the 50 people that join us live every week here on the channel.
Well, it would be shows like ours.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Shows like ours that we don't get paid either. We're doing it because we love it.
Yeah.
And why not just come on here and love it with us?
And in reality,
we can just not get paid together.
Kathleen Cody had a great time. Ken Schreiner said he had a great time. Fido very enjoyable. I still talk to Arlandria on chat every once in a while.
Uh-huh.
So you know, we'll
Yeah.
just see what goes on. We'll just see what goes on. Plus, I'm here in Los Angeles. I'm not that far away from Prospect Park. What I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna just start going to that studio every day and making runs with security.
Hey, I don't. It escapes me what his name is. I know his name, but that's what Curtis did.
Yeah, Donnell Turner
Yes,
just
he
kept
went
showing.
down there a whole bunch. He did.
Well, he's a little more attractive, hot, and muscular than I am. I don't think I exactly look like a soap star, but maybe I can show up with like some pages, some script, and be like, "You want to reuse this line? Just the one line, just the one line." And they read the line, and it's like, "Hi, I'm Nina," and they're like, "Sure,
Well,
but you're not going to get credit for this, kid.
okay.
I'm not a kid anymore.
Donnell
What am I
Turner.
saying?"
Donnell Turner is
Yeah,
just so stinking statuesquely handsome.
yeah. How could you
He
not
is
put him on the show?
he is just absolutely gorgeous in person, you guys. He's gorgeous on the TV too, but he's so gorgeous in person. And the other one that's so stinking gorgeous on in person is Brooke Carr.
Yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah, she is. She's very much, very,
oh
very, very, very
beautiful.
much.
So beautiful in person. Anyway, and Finola is like the sexiest person I've ever seen in person. Dang,
Kelly thinks
she's
that I'm sexy, Mom.
well, I tell you what you are, Matthew. You're handsome. You are
It
handsome.
doesn't count coming from you. You're my mother.
It doesn't make it any less true.
Wolfgang. Oh my gosh, Wolfgang is saying it too. What it is, you see, what it is I should have been straightened into women that are much older than me. Like, hey, how's it going? But instead, I'm gay and I like tiny dudes.
Well, we like what we like. We are who we are, right?
Oh, yep, it is. We like what we like, who we are. It matters our deeds. Our deeds are what matter.
Exactly.
Oh no, Carolyn. Curtis is the next. Ooh, is Curtis the next victim? No, no. I did. Is the preview though shows a body, right? Twitter was talking about seeing a body. Oh, there's a body. There's a body. There's a body. Somebody got hooked, and they're gonna find the body of a hooked victim. I assume they pulled that from a preview.
I don't recall seeing that on Friday, but maybe I looked away or something.
So if that's the case, that's the case. Now wait a minute, Wolfgang. Here, if Ma looks too young to be my mother, does that mean that I look too old to be her son? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I am indeed his mama, and I had him when I was 24, so I was pretty young.
The next victim is Thursday. See, I don't know how these people get. I'm in the podcasting world, all right? I am plugged into General Hospital. I talk about it every week. I'm on Twitter. People send me messages, all that kind of stuff. And you people come across these spoilers that I don't, and I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, because we don't want to be spoiled.
Like the pictures of Esme coming back. All right, cool, whatever. It's not like we knew she wasn't dead.
Right, and we knew eventually she's going to come back. But like true spoilers of like things that we really don't
Yeah.
see coming or really don't have, just there's a lot of things in story that you can make an assumption of that's going to happen. Just like with Laura Wright and Cameron saying at the show that they were gonna have their clothes fall off. Well, that was obvious to all of us.
Yeah.
We knew that anyway. That wasn't
Yeah.
really
That's not a real spoiler.
That wasn't a real spoiler. But the real spoily stuff, no, I want to enjoy it in the moment. I really do.
I would have preferred to not see the picture that Ken had put up of Emma Sam's in town. Because now that puts a time frame for me.
Yeah.
But it's just little things. Ultimately, what it comes down to, and we talk about it every week here on the 10th floor. This is a dumb soap opera that's on every single day. All right? It's fine.
But I am the kind of person too, and it kind of follows suit with this too. I am the kind of person that I don't want anybody to spoil it and tell me what I got for Christmas either.
Right.
I'm not going to peek.
It's a toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. I want to open it and say, "Oh, look at that!"
Yeah. For sure. So that kind of stuff. When Johnny Walker was on the out, Brando was hooked. I didn't know if he was going to die or not.
No.
I mean, I thought it made sense. I thought it would be good drama, but I didn't know.
Right.
And I think they've actually kind of, I don't know, it's interesting because Diane is on death's doorstep, but she's not dead. They found the cure, I guess, to the poison, and now she's in
Yeah, I think
surgery. And
yeah. I think, and you know what the good news is, I believe Diane's going to survive. Thank goodness. I
right.
was going to have to be so damn mad at General Hospital if they'd have killed her.
So I don't know. It's tough because you know me. I can't just watch the show, right? I have to analyze this nonsense and think about it from a story perspective. Um,
Yeah, because you're artsy fartsy,
artsy
man.
like that. Where so I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so we've got 3 hooked victims so far. 2 of them are alive, 1 of them is dead. If more people don't die, this hook killer isn't going to feel very dangerous because people are going to survive. Eventually, we're going to be like, all right, they got hooked, they'll be okay.
Well, like a character, I don't remember who said it in story this week, but somebody said that they're going to up the killer's going to up the ante again
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because now they know that okay, poison on the hook is not going to kill you
Yeah.
because there's an antidote.
Because they
So now
figured
they
that
got
out
to
too
up
fast.
it because so now they have to up the ante again.
Right. And that's good. So maybe it'll get more intense and the killings will become, more challenging and harder to survive, which is good. I want that. I want that to be the direction because as it stands right now, this killer's not very effective.
All the killer's got to do is go throw some hatchets. There's all kinds of weapons there. They can steal a hatchet on the way out. They can have a hook and a hatchet. Hook and a hatchet.
I went to a gun range once in my life, just once, and I might go again. I don't know. It was fine. It's a safe environment. I went to gun range, shot some targets and stuff. And when it comes down to it, there is nothing there to stop anybody else from that range from deciding that they want to have a really bad day. There's nothing. There's nothing protecting you.
You're right.
Other than the fact that everybody there's got a freaking gun, and if someone were to point it at somebody else, they would die.
Yeah, I've been to a gun range too in the last couple of 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Somebody could be like out of their freaking gourd
Mm-hmm.
and shoot a bunch of people quick.
They might be able to get but ultimately though, everybody there also has a gun in their hands. So,
Exactly.
So that's what makes me think of like the hatchet range. Like Rory's there. Rory, the handcuff killer, the clinking handcuff killer. That's what I think is going on. By the way, clinky is handcuffs.
Ooh.
I just wanted to be Rory. I don't know why I wanted to be Rory. I don't even know how it really makes sense that it's Rory, but I want it to be him.
You want it to be Rory? Well, you just never know.
I'm
It's obviously not Dexter.
It's not Dex. He's fine. Dex is going to be the sweet, misunderstood. Oh, I just had such a tough life. Please love me, Jocelyn. Is who Dex is.
How is he not going to have some animosity toward his boss, Sonny? With
I understand what you're trying to do. You're just trying to keep everybody safe. I would try to keep your beautiful daughter Jocelyn safe as well. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. I think you should post me in her bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, Dex is going to be the sweet. He's going to be like a poet or something. Like they'll find a drawer of poetry and Joss is going to be like, oh my God. Oh, Cameron wants to be a rock star. And this man, he's such a sensitive soul.
No, man, you're slipping into Snow White right there.
I know. I don't have a Jocelyn yet. I don't have a Jocelyn yet.
Yeah, it's obviously not Dex.
I was Steven on TV this week. Oh.
And actually, what Jocelyn said made sense when she went to go talk to Dante. It made sense. Okay, he came upon me with Ava in moments.
Yeah.
There's not enough time for him not to have blood on him.
Yeah, Dante agreed.
Yep.
Dante agreed. You're right. It was a little willow.
It was a little willow.
Oh, I'm so sick and pregnant. I can't even be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's see here. Let me take a look at a note. The hook could be Esme's former nanny. I mean, maybe. But I need that former nanny to be like somebody from the show's history, if that's the case,
Yeah.
I need it to be, Elizabeth's sister or something. I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
You might be hitting on something, though, because of the clickety-clack. The clickety-clack is not the dog packs.
Oh, no.
There's a clickety-clack of some kind.
Yeah. Let's talk about them Ashfords, Ma. You know how I like to talk about the Ashfords.
I know you love the Ashfords. I like
that.
the
I like,
Ashfords
you
too.
know, it's like, you know, we'll just have a show called The Ashfords, you know. We'll
Well,
do
you
a
want
fun
a
like
spinoff?
90s sitcom theme song to it, you
Well,
know.
you want a spinoff of the Ashfords? I
I
know you
know,
do.
you know, rise and fall on the wings of my dream. You know, one of those things, right?
Yeah.
That was Perfect Strangers. Heather Weber, oh, I wish, but that actress retired, and I don't want them to recast anybody that, what's her name, ever played. Matson. Not Sophia Matson, but the other Matson.
Yeah, Robin.
Robin Matson. Yeah. When it comes to Heather Weber and when it comes to Janet from Another Planet, frozen in time. Never again. Only her.
But how about the other actress that played Janet?
What about the other actress that played Janet? I don't remember
Yeah,
her.
you don't remember her? She was the one actually stuck in the
Well,
well.
I remember that she's the original Natalie. Like I know that. The face is a vague remembrance in the foggy memories of a 5-year-old. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So Janet
Mama,
is the
Mama,
face.
let's watch Natalie in the
Natalie in the
Well.
Whale. Natalie in the Whale.
Oh, dang
Robin.
cute.
They want Robin to be the killer. What? Is that what you're saying, Robin?
Hmm.
Or did we say? Oh, or is it Robin Matson? Is the name of the person? I don't know. I don't
Robin,
know.
that's the
See,
name
see.
of
Here's
the
another
person.
problem with soap operas. Okay, soap operas and actors who are on soap operas. Can we get a new list of names to call these characters, please?
Right?
We got a Sonny on every show.
I know, and don't make it something goofy like Wiley.
You know, we were talking. Somebody was talking about. Oh, it was. Oh, you know, You know, it was Honey Dip. She.
Keisha.
Yeah, Keisha. She was talking about. She was talking about. It was Young and the Restless or Days or something. I think it was Young and the Restless because Phyllis was having a problem with. Jake or something. I don't remember, but it was like. Is she talking about GH or another show?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't remember Phyllis having a. Phyllis hasn't been on.
Right. But there's very much a Phyllis on Young and the Restless who used to be Nina.
Right.
Original Nina on General Hospital. Yeah.
Maybe Anna's sister. Ooh, is Alex back hooking people?
Ooh, that would be kind of interesting. That would make sense for the small frame of the killer. But I actually think, Rory is not a giant man, and the small frame of the killer would fit him too.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chandra. Robin Matson played Heather Weber in Janet number 2, while Kate Collins was Natalie and the original Janet.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean Natalie died? Hey, Dad. Does that mean Natalie died before Robin Matson took over the role as Janet? I guess. Because Natalie died. I remember her being a ghost.
I remember her being blind. Remember when she was blind? And Father Clarence got her to Father Clarence.
Well, just open your eyes now.
Yes.
Just open your eyes, lass. Another Christmas miracle.
I loved it. I loved it.
So this is the time. We're an hour and 2 minutes deep into this podcast, and I keep on forgetting to grab this thing. But how long? 10 years ago now? How long ago did All My Children go off the air?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I think it was 09. Was it 09 when it went off?
I don't know. I should try to find it very quickly. But I got this old, like, what is it? A People's Magazine or something?
No, I don't
like an
know.
Entertainment Weekly or something, or Time. It was a Time.
Thing.
It was a Time.
Yeah, it was Time, and it's got a nice binding on it.
It's a nice binding. It was very expensive. It was like $20 for this magazine. Oh, Dad walked by. I don't know if you saw, and so now he's the most famous person on the show. Everybody says hello.
We actually ought to have him come and put his face on here once just to see, because people do see him run by.
Well, I mean, they can see how I'm clearly your son, but they'll never be able to see how I'm clearly his.
Well, and you don't look like Daddy. You look like me. I
know. That's what I just said. Anyway, so I got this People magazine, this Time magazine, or whatever it is. It was a retrospective, a remembrance of All My Children for the 79 years that it was on, or whatever. And so I thought it would be super fun because we love All My Children, and you love All My Children, and the chat loves All My Children. Clearly, they love All My Children. So I thought that maybe we should do a special day, special little half hour. I don't know how long it is. You know how we go. We just talk forever, right? That we'll flip through the magazine. We'll do some remembering. Now, I can't show you everything. I can't read you all of the articles or anything like that because that would be a wild violation of copyright. But we can flip.
You wind up in hot water with Spinelli.
I know. We could flip through it. We can look at the stuff. We can take a look at the giant picture of Billy Clyde Tuggle and just talk about all that kind of stuff. And I think it would be super fun.
We gotta plan
And
that.
and I
We need to
would
plan that.
love for the chat to suggest, if there's a day of the week or anything that would work out for that. That would be great. I don't want to use the 11 o'clock on Sunday to do that because I enjoy talking about the fresh GH during this time. So
Well, we could do Sunday 2.0.
there's that, but then also at the same time, we've got to share some of this time slot love as well. We can't keep these people from watching their other favorite podcasters as well.
That's true. Well, Matt, take a look at the schedule and see when the other shows are on, and then maybe we can work it out.
Schedule? There's a schedule?
Well,
listen. All I know. Okay, so this is what I know. This is what I know. Everything is on Sunday.
It is pretty much.
Everything is on Sunday.
Yeah, it is.
So
well, maybe we can do a Saturday afternoon thing. I don't know.
I don't know
Either. So what else
Nobody
should we
knows.
talk about before we get off?
We're looking through here. Let's see. Hello to the person who walked and waved behind Kat. That was my dad. Hi to the guy who waved behind Kat. That was my dad. They've been married forever. They met each other when they were 14 and just never looked back.
And we've been together since we were 15. We've been in November 1st, almost exactly 1 month. We'll be married 42 years.
Oh, Kelly, you don't want the 10th floor late night. That's when I bring out the liquor.
Oh my gosh, you guys don't want to see me on too many White Claws.
Okay, so I've had some alcohol with my mother. We're both adults.
Yeah.
We party. We raged.
We have partied together.
So you know how cool and chill and casual my mom is when she doesn't have any alcohol in her system. Well, she's just as cool and chill and casual, and also doesn't know how to not talk about something when she has alcohol in her. So a late night version of the 10th floor would be my mom just telling you about how effing disgusting that blah was. It'll be fun. Actually.
No,
let's do that.
I would not. Stop it. I would not.
Oh my God, all these people that are complaining about Anna and Valentine. Oh goodness, they just need to get effed. That's what you would say.
I would not.
Let's talk Roger. Okay, all right, Carolyn. We can talk Roger. I was gonna talk about the Ashfords, but my main questions was: is Portia the villain? I'm gonna say Portia's the villain, and I was also gonna compliment. I was gonna compliment Tanisha Harper, newest Jordan, on how well she plays the badass, more so than the other. I can't talk about Vanessa Antoine because I don't know her very well, but the one in the middle, I don't remember her name right now. Mm-hmm. That Jordan with the hair. Yeah. Beautiful hair. But she didn't play the bad. She played mom well. She played sensitive well. She played I'm gonna get to the bottom of this well. But I don't think she played badass well. And I think Tanisha Harper's doing that pretty good.
I agree. She is playing it pretty well. Yeah, but Portia cracked me up this week though when she came in. She slammed that door, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. All right, so what's going on here? Why are you inserting yourself into my life? And she's like, I'm not really. You guys are really pushing me on this thing. Mm-hmm. I said sorry about the divorce papers, and we rushed the new ones, and you guys are just making a huge thing out of nothing, really.
And I think Jordan, even though I do think that she's kind of meddling a little bit, but at the same time, though, she did say to Portia, I don't want you to repeat my mistakes.
Right. She kept the parentage of TJ away from his fathers for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she doesn't want to see Portia make the same mistake. She wants to see Curtis happy and know that he has a kid because he doesn't have any kids that he knows of right now.
Right.
And on top of that too, really, I'm on Jordan's side here. It might be, look, what are my Donald Trump hands today? Jesus, oh my God, I'm on
sit on a mat.
I'm on Jordan's side here because I don't see her as meddling. I see her responding in kind to the energy that she's getting. Well, so you still want to be with Curtis. So you hid these papers on purpose so he couldn't get divorced. So you're hiding things. B word, I'm not hiding things. You are.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah. I get it too. I get it too. She's kind of putting her nose in a bit. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I don't understand the whole protect myself either. But I'd thrown that old lady under the bus.
Oh, you just hate Aunt Stella. A good Christian woman. Jordan knows firsthand how Curtis doesn't like lies.
Oh, she sure does, and she knows that ultimately you'll lose him.
Yep.
You
Yep.
continue, and maybe there's a shred of possibility for you not to lose him if you come clean now.
Right. Right.
And
There is a shred.
But if you do happen to lose him, I'll be right there to pick him up.
Right. Okay. This is what I need you to do, Ma. I need you to for the next 30 seconds talk about Roger Howarth while I go grab this All My Children magazine to show people the cover, because apparently I made a mistake by not having it in my hands already when I was talking about it.
Okay. We'll talk about Roger and his cousin showed up this week, didn't he?
Yes. Carolyn wanted to talk about Roger, so I need you to tell everybody without me listening how much you love what's going on with Austin.
Do I love what's going on with Austin? Well, I don't know if I love what's going on with Austin. I love the fact that they're actually like giving him a story. Like I've always said, I don't think it didn't make no sense to give Roger a new character and then let him fall flat on his ass. I didn't think that made any sense.
Hey.
So I'm glad that they're actually broadening his character and giving him some backstory. But I really want there to be, who they need to reveal, or at least reveal to the audience, not necessarily reveal to the story, but they need to reveal to the audience who that person is that they're supposedly both report to.
All right, so a couple of different things here. All right, he could be somebody who this could be the West Coast, quote unquote, mob family or something, like a new group that is emerging. Could be something like that.
Yeah.
My gut. See, I didn't say anything on Twitter because I wanted to watch Friday before talking about it. Because Thursday was Austin Day. Austin was there staring down Maxie while she was talking to Cody and being very strange during that scene where he was just very invested. Very weird.
Yeah.
And then being on Cody's side and being like, well, his dad being a cop could be a bad thing. Where you been, Austin? What are you up to? And then the whole patient in the hospital, and this is going to make us straight, and you're never going to bring anybody in. That's not how that works. And she and that and this and the other thing, right? And this guy and the needle and the you're not going to feel a thing and all that kind of stuff makes me think he might have been involved in some sort of euthanasia practice that he doesn't want to be a part of anymore.
Ooh, that's kind of dark.
I feel like he killed this guy.
Yeah.
It's set up like, what you need to do, cuz that's why he's here. You could skip all that doctor stuff, and then with you're not going to feel a thing. It made me feel like he killed the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't think about euthanasia, but
Kelly says organ stealing. Carolyn says a mob doctor.
Could be. I like all of it. I like that they're giving him a story.
Yeah. I mean, there's story there.
I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't give a crud if him and Maxie ever get it on.
So, no, it's fine. Chandra says, that scene was very dark. Roger playing another dark character. Here's the thing. Here's what I think.
He's good at it.
This is what I think. And you're right, Mom. That's exactly what it is. He's very good at it. I don't know what made the decision to get rid of Franco. But the decision to get rid of Franco, I feel, was because he was Franco. Not because of what Franco was now, but what Franco used to be. And we have seen how the Franco stories have been, he is a good man, he's a good father, but here's this thing that could pull him back, but here's this thing that could pull him back, but here's this thing that can pull him back, and you're doing it again, and you got a tumor, and people are dying, and we think it's you, Franco, even though it's really not you. And that's kind of just the well that you had to go to with Franco again and again
He
and
was kind
again
of
and
played
again.
out, wasn't he? He kind of played out.
It got kind of played out. And when you look at Roger Howard's career, that was also what they did with Todd. You know, well, Todd's a bad guy. Is he going to relapse? Is he going to start doing this again? Is he going to, you know,
Mhm.
the well. So I think they were trying to give Roger Howard something different to play off of. Someone that was a little more pure, a little more right, a little more righteous. Without this big dark secret, he was the good Quartermain raised by the simple Holtz, who just wanted to get his father's name back in the will. You know,
And you know what? And as far as storyline goes, it could have had Steve Burton leaving could have had a ripple effect on what they had planned for him as well.
it's entirely possible. I have no flipping clue.
Right.
You know, the stuff that was directly involved with Jason, I think it's very obvious to see what was impacted and affected from there. But anything that might have been tied to it peripherally, it's much harder to tell. Clearly, decisions were made when it comes to when it comes to Austin, and it took them a little while to decide what that was going to be. And really, when it comes down to it, I know that everybody wanted to see Roger Howard on their screens every other day, watching him play this character Austin. But when it comes down to it, y'all, you complain too much. Not you guys in the chat because you're wonderful and awesome, but y'all is in the fandom, Twitter and all of that. Complained way too much. Who is this guy? Why is he so boring? I don't like the pairing with Maxie. How come he's not with Britt? Because they got other stuff going on with Britt. This isn't a good use of his talents. This is a waste of time. This isn't any good. Blah, 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 blah. So, to protect this actor that is well liked, to protect this actor that you want to see, they kept him off the show to not give him trash that you hate until they figure it out. And they figured it out, and they're moving along with this thing.
And you know what's interesting too this week? You know how when they first had Roger come and be Gatlin Holt, you remember how they had an undercut haircut, they had a bun band, he had this, he had that. Now his hair looks like Todd.
Yeah. So maybe he's Todd.
I know. He kind of looks like Todd right now.
You know? So, yeah.
If they grow his hair out a little bit longer, he's going to look really like Todd.
You know? So now why they made him a more darker character with this big secret past, and apparently he might be doing something horrible to people and stuff. Why they decided that that's the direction to go in, I couldn't answer that, because I do think that there's room to have done what they originally tried to do, but better. Really, his pairing with Maxie just didn't work out. I get it. Why even bother screen testing the two of them? They are soap veterans. If you put this on paper, Kirsten Storms and Roger Howarth, they should be able to hit a grand slam. But they didn't. I get why you put them together, especially with how Austin originally was. But unfortunately, now Maxie has fallen for yet another terrible criminal person.
She doesn't know how not to. She kind of like Alexis, They cannot fall.
But here's the thing, though. Alexis knowingly falls in love with terrible criminal people.
Yeah, you're right.
Maxie consistently gets fooled.
You're right.
And at what point does she say F it all?
Yeah.
And she starts hooking people. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the longer hair is for the dark side. Yes, he definitely looks longer haired and much more disheveled than he did when he first started. He was clean cut, simple, good man from the mountains. I'm just a good family mountain doctor, I wasn't poisoned by the Quartermains.
I like to hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 15 minutes behind on the podcast. Did the hooker skip the letter C character? Oh, see, people think that the hooker is an ABC killer.
Oh.
Ava Barando skipped Carly because she's out of town and hit Diane, ABCD.
Yeah.
So because this killer didn't go to Jacksonville to specifically hook Carly, I'm not sure this ABC thing is exactly.
I think it's a coincidence.
But we'll have to find out what E is. If they find the body of Esme somewhere, I don't know.
Esme has to come back and be alive at least for a little bit.
She definitely has film stuff, so it is. Except for Nathan. What? What does that mean, Kelly? Austin still has. Oh,
Oh,
Nathan. Nathan didn't.
Yeah,
He died.
Nathan wasn't a bad guy.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nathan
but he
was a
died.
good guy. Nathan was a good guy. But and I was a Maxie Nathan fan. You're right. That is the only one that she didn't fall for that was actually
The main thing that I remember about Ryan
a rotten
Pavey
dude.
as Nathan was his penchant. His penchant was sticking his hands in his pockets. Just
He did do that a lot, didn't he? He was always having his hands in his pockets.
and like straight armed, you know.
Yes. It's like as an actor, he just didn't know what to do with his
I
hands.
don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know how to emote with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm going to shove them in my pockets every time. Don't give me a pair of slacks with no pockets. I will not know what to do with my hands.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so Nathan, yeah. Ryan Pavey has moved on to other stuff. It doesn't seem like he's got any, if much, interest in returning to the soap world. However, Matt Cohen, he played, the priest guy. With Griffin. There we go, Griffin.
Oh, Griffin. Yeah.
Griffin Monroe.
I liked Griffin.
Father Griffin.
Oh, Griffin.
He tweeted. Now he replaced Cameron Matheson on like Lifetime and all that. Like he became just Mr. Hallmark,
Okay.
I think. Anyway, but he recently tweeted a picture of a inside his car, I guess, was a parking pass for General Hospital.
Really?
Yeah, and so he tweeted that recently. And apparently that's is Griffin coming back for a guest spot?
Well, he's Anna's kid, isn't he? I think it's never been told.
It's never been exactly said, but I remember us theorizing on this podcast. So I mean, it's
so much like Ian Buchanan.
So it's not our theory, all right?
Right.
I mean, of course it is because all right. So this is strange. This is where the fandom into podcasting gets a little blurry. Because before we started podcasting, we did the podcast. It just wasn't recorded. We talked about this stuff constantly. But what we didn't
and we lived together at the time, you guys.
Yeah. But what we didn't have was everybody else's opinion and everybody else's thoughts and theories and stuff. Because it was very insular. It was just us talking. And when we did the podcast, of course, we can't just be a podcast and not promote in any way. And so we had to go on to Twitter. And with that became the exposure of everybody's thoughts, theories, and opinions, which beginning I was not ready for. I am now. I just ignore you if I don't like what you're saying. I'm grown as a human. But I remember us talking and thinking about Duke Lavery and blah, 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 and how yada yada. And that was one of also the early fan theories that I'd come across on Twitter when we first joined was Duke and Anna had a baby named Griffin because of something that Tanya Walker as Olivia Jerome said. You don't look like your mother, you know? And it was, again, one of these throwaway lines that just happened in an episode one day that seems to have just taken hold, right?
Yes.
And so everybody was like, oh, well, Anna and Duke. How come they drop that story? How come they drop that story? I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't even know if it really was the intention or if they were just effing with you to have fun. I don't know. But what we've had since then, and we talked about it on the podcast before, Ma, is digital memory swaps. Specifically between Anna and Alex.
Yes.
That has not been reswapped. Anna still has the memories of being pregnant and giving birth to Peter.
Yes.
Even though those are Alex's memories.
Yes.
But these are digital memory swaps.
Right.
So that means Alex, dead for now, has memories.
Yeah.
Now, she also, Alex, left instructions with Dimitri upon her death to do stuff.
Yes.
Like tell Peter that Alex was really his mom.
Yep.
Now, even though Nader isn't with us anymore, it doesn't mean that Dimitri is dead.
Right.
So,
I mean, they could have him come back and be like, just like Uncle Victor don't look like Uncle Victor.
Now, I mean, with the original and only real actor to play Dimitri, we're gonna just skip that guy who temporarily recasted him for the year on All My Children. I think that let's not recast. That's like being, oh, this is Audrey Hardy, ha ha ha, but not at all.
Right.
It would be weird. But that doesn't mean
Did
that
that on My Children with Ruth. Remember Lee Merriweather at the end?
well, I don't know. But didn't she retired? The original one retired. She didn't die, did she?
She did retire, but subsequently she now has passed away.
Right, but that, I would say that's the difference, because
Yes.
they couldn't ask this guy to come back to play him if they wanted to.
Right.
It's a little different if you're retired. Anyway, in any case, so that nothing stopping a Dimitri character or somebody similar from sending somebody like Griffin a letter from Alex saying, "Hey, this is what happened, and I need you to know this stuff."
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would be super cool. It would be super cool. So the little parking pass in Matt Cohen's, I think his name is Matt Cohen. I could be wrong about that. In his car, GH related. So maybe he's doing a little something coming soon.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I like it.
Well,
maybe he's gonna be tied in with it. Yeah, maybe he'll be tied in with Holly somewhere.
I mean, all of his connections are still on the show.
Yeah, they are.
And Griffin Monroe, wasn't he a Lavery? Was he a Lavery? No. The idea is he is a Lavery, right?
The idea is
he is a Lavery. So, I mean, there's fun connections there.
He could be the baby that Anna and Lavery had that she lost, but maybe she didn't really lose.
Well, there we go. So there's that Duke Lavery, right? And then on top of it, he could have been reporting for Entertainment Tonight, says Judy. Perhaps maybe something big happened on GH. Maybe they're covering the fact that Maurice Bernard can't stand no respect. I don't know. I don't know.
That's true. He could be there for another reason.
Yeah, but it would be fun. I would be totally for it. I liked Griffin, especially his last story.
Done there. Grey's Anatomy's filmed right there.
Yeah. Oh, I know that very well. I know somebody who was just on Grey's Anatomy.
You have to let me know when that episode airs and if you guys find out.
Yeah, for sure. So the only thing that I know for sure is that the sixth episode of Rookie Feds.
Mm-hmm.
That's my very good friend in the background on it. That's just it. Can't be more specific than that, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Don't forget Austin is covered up in the scrub so we don't see all of his tattoos, says Carolyn. I was more of an All My Children person. All right, speaking of that, all right, we're done talking about General Hospital. That's it.
Did you find the book?
The week
Did
is
you find
covered.
it?
I did.
All right.
You
did you
ready?
buy that for yourself?
I did.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Did Granny buy it for you or did you buy it yourself?
I bought it for me. Because let's get off of the 10th floor and let's get into cars where we just have our personal car chat now about life.
Okay.
So I just moved out for the second time. I moved into Fremont. And with that was the decision, F it, I'm gonna watch myself a soap. I miss sitting down and watching a soap every week,
Yeah.
I miss it. Did in the summertime when I was a kid, graduated high school, then I got busy, I was dating people. I was living places and I was having a job and stuff, and it just wasn't a part of the routine. But then I moved into my own space with me and just me. Just me. And I had a DVR and I'm like, I'm just gonna record this thing and I'm gonna have something to watch, something to settle me into the night every day.
Yes.
In the same way, because I'm a binger, I'm a watcher, I'm somebody that likes to revisit the same cast, characters, and shows a lot. I'm just
because that's how you get your analyzing juices flowing.
That, and I enjoy going over the same. I don't know. It's comforting. It's like hanging out with your friends. There's been studies and stuff about like people. You might. Well, here's some evidence that you might be on the spectrum, and if you like to watch the same thing again and again because it feels like hanging out with old friends, then maybe you are antisocial in some sort of official diagnosable capacity and blah blah blah. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that I can turn on Star Trek Deep Space Nine or something like that and feel super comfortable and not get tired of watching it. That's all I know. That's all I know. But I decided I'm going to watch a soap.
Voyager, I'm at. Especially Voyager.
Well, Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was the one. You don't get to sing the song, all right? That song is 20 years old.
Your dad sung it the other day. Crack me up.
Good God, the things you remember. So I moved out. I moved out, and then All My Children had announced that they were ending in a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, well, I got to watch the last year of All My Children.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Got it. So I was watching. So I turned it on. Started watching last year of All My Children. It started off with man, this is ridiculous. Erica had been kidnapped and replaced by her biggest fan, who had surgery to look exactly like Erica Kane and had replaced her in her life. She had locked Erica in this suite somewhere.
I remember that.
And then the axe fell, essentially saying that the show was going to end, and so they had to start transitioning these stories into some sort of let's start bringing it to the end game type of deal. And I'm pretty sure that by the time Erica had escaped, they had introduced Dixie being in an adjacent room. Something like that. Because the big Dixie coming back thing was like the first indication that we were starting to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
So that was the one of the first stories that they were telling. That's the one that stands out in my mind the most as the story that they were telling when I started watching that last year of All My Children. And Angie and Jesse had come back, their whole kid, and they had that cop, that very memorable cop character who was, I guess, had fought in Afghanistan before joining the cast in real life.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I think he was on State of Mind with Maurice Bernard. I could be wrong.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. I don't remember his name.
And so those things. All My Children. Like, so I watched it last year and saw Dr. David Hayward and the Castilles, Griffin Castillo and Maya. And Maya was dating Tad, and then Tad had to leave Maya because Dixie came back. And Maya was like, "What am I gonna do?" And she started boning David, and then she got pregnant, and the show ended before she even started showing. And I'm like, "What's the point of getting her pregnant? Why did they get this person pregnant? Why?" Anyway.
We're trying to redeem David a little bit.
Yeah, and then goodness gracious, Babe had already been dead. AJ was up to no good. Still in the biggest of feuds with Jamie and just all kinds of JR and Jamie.
Yeah, but you said AJ.
Oh, JR. Yes. It's still a big fight with Jamie and Stewart had been dead, but then, everybody was resurrected.
But Jamie wasn't on the show anymore either because he was off doing the new Knight Rider.
You know what? You're right. He came back, I think, in the last couple of weeks just to say goodbye. I remember he and Stewart had a scene together. Anyway, Opal, and I could just sit here and name AMC characters. But all of that to say, I got this magazine on my own because I had been living on my own and was wrapping up, and I was at the time where it was that fun area. It was that fun moment in time. Where you could actually afford to live and have things and do stuff. And then the shoe dropped. And it got really hard. But before that shoe dropped, I did pick up this People magazine, Celebrates All My Children.
It's thick too.
It's very thick. This is quite a few pages.
And nice pages too.
Yeah, I mean this is a very well quality, very well printed magazine. I had this all the stuff we could be talking about in the special, but who cares? Whatever. What am I trying to say here? I was in the grocery store line recently, and I was standing behind a family. It was a mother and a daughter, and sometimes I have these observations of families, and I always get like heartwarmed. Because I'm just like, oh, look at these family just being together. I don't know these people. They have an entire existence that I know nothing about, and I'm never going to see these two people again. But clearly they have a relationship. Clearly they've talked. At some point in time earlier, it's called Schadenfreude or something, when you have this realization that other people exist entirely. Anyway, like they all have lives. At some point, this mother and this daughter had a conversation saying, "We're going to go Ralph's today. You want to come?" I wasn't privy to that, but that happened.
Yeah.
And so they were shopping, and this little girl had the very thick Harry Potter magazine, and they were putting it up, and they scanned it in the self checkout, and the mom goes, "Oh no, this thing is $15." And the daughter takes it back, and she goes, "Oh, dang, I didn't know it was that much." And then she goes to take it back to the magazine rack. And I don't know, it was just one of those like family interaction things that make me go, oh, I've been there. Oh, look at that and there wasn't a fight. And I could tell that the daughter wasn't like disappointed, because disappointment hurts my heart. Anyway, I'm definitely tangenting right now to talk about how I got this magazine for $15. But it's high quality, very much like that Harry Potter one. And I didn't have to convince my mom to buy it because I got it myself.
And if you would have had a buttload of money, you'd have bought that magazine for that kid. I know you would have.
Oh, probably. But yeah, it's a collector's edition. It's got Erica Kane on the front.
Yeah, I love it.
If I can get, we got Drew.
Yeah,
We got Drew Kane right here.
And there's Nina and oh shit, what's his name?
Sonny and Nina. What?
Nina and
This looks like a really young Jackson. I don't know.
Good Lord, I can't remember nothing. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's Jack on Young and the Restless.
Yeah. And then the other front's got I don't know, somebody's sick. I don't know who they are. I'll have to figure out how to Cliff Warner. Mm.
Yeah, there you go, Cliff Warner.
Hey.
And Nina.
Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to exactly get this camera to like show this stuff very good. He played Jack now. Cool. And then the back's got some stuff too. It's got all the stars, scandals, and memorable moments of all my children.
Oh, I love it.
We got Haley and Mateo. Looks like a what is that? Like a young Bianca or something? I don't
That's
know.
a young Bianca. Yep.
And Erica. Who else we got here? We got
Phoebe down there in the corner.
Oh, that's Tad and Dixie.
Tad and Dixie, and then Phoebe down there. The original pretentious, grouchy, mean old lady.
Hey, Jesse and Angie.
Jesse and Angie. I love. Oh, and good old. Oh.
I'm gonna assume that's Adam.
Well, yeah, with the tux on, that's Adam. If he'd have to look like he'd have to have a sweater on, preferably red, like this.
Yeah.
That's
so
Stuart,
that's
right?
You said that's Phoebe. I don't know who this is.
Phoebe.
This looks like Robin, but it's not Robin because it's a different show. She got glasses on, so you really can't see many details.
I think that's Janet from Another Planet.
Janet in the bottom right corner. Well, there we go.
There you go.
See, everyone looks so young. I don't know what it is. But inside, I mean, here's just a preview. They got all kinds of pictures and articles and magazines,
year by year,
and remembrances and all that kind of stuff. And so I
figured
it's very cool. We should get together. We should just have this magazine curate our memories of all my children someday.
Good idea, Matt.
So I don't know, probably some Saturday. So what I'm gonna need, actually, this is gonna be great. Everybody, don't tell me in the chat. Comment below with what time period, morning, afternoon, or evening, on a Saturday would be best for you to join us here on the 10th floor of the Pine Valley Hospital. Yeah. Now, it can't be noon next Saturday because we're going to be on JLJ's Soap Chat.
We sure are.
So if you haven't bought the Zoom for that, do it. I don't know how long we're going to be apart. It's a 2-hour chat,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we can come in and out whenever we want. I can't imagine we're going to be there from 12 to 2.
I got a whole house full of babies that day, too.
You can't comment, Kelly. Can anybody? I mean, do I have to be done before we comment? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Tweet us as well at 10th Word GH. We'll figure it out. We'll just figure it out. It just won't be next Saturday. That's all. Maybe the 15th. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're gonna tell you. Yeah. We'll tell you. We'll be in contact. Yeah, and we're not going to just do it. We're not going to just decide to do it this Thursday and not have a 10th floor to talk about it beforehand. So don't worry about that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. You can't comment when you're live. See, I didn't know that.
Well, now we know, huh?
Now we know. All right. Well, when we're done, find this and then comment on it. Boots wants it to be late night. I might just have to do a solo 10th floor late night. I don't know. Or you can join me, Ma. I don't know. We're going to get hammered and talk about hot people.
All right, I could do that.
All right, I think it's time to get on the elevator. What do you think?
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get on the elevator. I'm gonna go back down to the first floor. I'm gonna get the heck out of this hospital. I'm gonna flip through my super fun All My Children magazine, planning for our special. All the while, I'm going to. Oh, thank you, Jacarius. We enjoy seeing you all Thursday afternoon, Josie. My goodness, Thursday afternoon. I'm at work. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Get in your car, turn the radio to previous episodes of the 10th Floor podcast, which you can find on your podcasters everywhere. You can find right here on YouTube, all of that kind of stuff. Yep. There's nothing else to do but go spend time with your families. I've been Matt.
And I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th floor. Goodbye.